Welcome back to another game of AIG Baseball. My name is Brian Haferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of AIG Baseball. And in this game, we're going to have Toronto. So the Blue Jays at the Royals, Toronto at KC. April 8th, 1979. This is game number 33, continuing this 1979 replay. This is from the beta set, which you can download free at clarkandaddisongaming.com. Just click on the big green button that says Shop All Games. If you're on mobile, it's in the mobile menu. Just click the hamburger button, and you'll see the big green button says Shop All Games, and then you'll find the category is free. And under the free section, you'll find the AIG Baseball Beta. You'll get the entire 1979 season, all the charts that you need to play the game. And there are a lot of different kinds of charts, but they don't all come into play all the time. Like multiple charts over here that you can use if you want to. You don't have to. This is the base running on ground outs for normal, infield and infield in. This is your strategy plays, sack bunts, hit and run, etc. You're going to use that quite a bit for the defensive check. So anytime, wow, check my voice here. Sorry about that. It's raining outside. It's a little bit more like New York today than Chicago at the turn of the year. So allergies kind of kick up. So the defensive check is here. So you have different categories of defenders. You have a D100 roll, and based on your category of defender, you'll look in that column. So if your defender is from a -4 to a 0 on his range, he has, about a 60% chance of making the catch and making the play. Otherwise, it's going to go through for a hit. You can see as your fielder gets better, the chance for a hit goes down. And as your fielder gets worse, your chance for a hit goes considerably up. So you're going to use that quite a bit. Well, that's this number here on the inside. That for me, this is how I draw my score sheet after a few different ways of doing it. This is kind of what I've settled on. I'm just going to go by at-bats. You could certainly do a traditional 1 through 9 if you had a different setup, or if you had a traditional score sheet that you printed off, but I'm just kind of putting everything in this notebook to keep it handy. So April 8th, Toronto at KC. And we have our pitchers here, have our batters here. They're hard to distinguish because they're the same color, but KC is at home, so they're pitching first. And let's go through the lineups very quickly. For Toronto, it's Griffin, Baylor, Bassetti, Carty, Velez, Mayberry, Cerrone, McKay, and Brown. On the mound is Lamangelo. For KC, it's Brett, McRae, Otis, Porter, Lecoq, Hurdle, Cowens, White, and Patek, with Paul Splittorff is on the mound. So he gets 2 Fs. He can go 8 innings, and he is a -5 on his Ks, -1 on his walks, -1 on wild pitches. So in 36 starts, 15-17 record, 4.24 ERA, 77 K, 77 walks. So he'll get this started. Against Griffin, we're going to read the red die first, black die second, and we got all our charts all over here. So a 71 to Alfredo Griffin. Griffin, their best hitter, 287. Batting average in 153 games played, 2 homers, 31 RBIs. He did have 20 steals, but it took him 36 attempts to get it. So ran a lot, but did not always make it. He is an SB, which won't matter on this play because he's going to ground out. So that's a ground out. He is a switch hitter, so he's going to be hitting right-handed. A ground out to 61 is going to be a fielder's choice. So the batter's out. We'll roll a D100 to see who made the play. It's going to be to the shortstop. So 6-3 on the fielder's choice. That really only comes into play if there's a player on base. So you would you would get the batter instead of throwing to a different base. So 1 out for Bob Baylor. Baylor is here. A 14 to Baylor is going to be a single. He's a right-handed hitter, so a right-handed single on a 20 grounder up the middle. That's a single into center field. Baylor is a high stolen base number, but he's just an SB, no plus, so he can't steal yet. Bassetti is up next. 23 to Bassetti is also going to be a single. A 98. Bassetti is a righty. So right-handed 98, soft liner to left field. The runner on second can try to score, but we don't have a runner on second, so soft liner to left. We'll leave Baylor there. Station to station for the moment. 84 for Rico Cardi. 84 is going to be a flyout. That goes to 62. So flyout to 62 is a deep fly ball near the line in the left field corner. Let's go ahead and check the error on that. A 007 is definitely going to be a catch. And that's out number 2. The left fielder is Clint Hurdle. He's got a 96. There's the error rating. You have to get above that. Next is Velez. That is Otto Velez. A 33 to him is going to be a strikeout. So 51 on a strikeout is the pitcher paints the corner for strike 3. So that's going to be a strikeout looking. So Splittorff gets out of that. He gets 2 runners on, and Toronto can't knock him in. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. It will be Mark Lamangelo. Say, man, it's Lamangelo. That is an old reference. Ben Stein. If anybody remembers Ben Stein, he had his own show for a while. George Brett up to the plate against Mark Lamangelo. Lamangelo, 18 games, 1-9 record, 6.29 ERA, 40 Ks and 34 walks. He's a -2 on strikeouts. He's a +1 on walks. He's a +2 on home runs. I'm guessing that's where the 6.29 ERA came from. So George Brett to the plate, 83 is going to be a flyout as he goes. Left 92 is a shallow pop fly to right field in foul territory. So we'll say foul out. To 9, let's make sure he makes the catch. He does. And that's going to be out number 1. Hal McRae to the plate. 58 to Hal McRae. 58 is a ground out. He's a -2. So that's going to be a ground out. McRae is a righty. Ground out to 84 is a comebacker to the pitcher. We need to do an error check on the pitcher. No error on the catch or the throw. Our pitcher is a 92. So I'm going to go 1-3 on the putout as he gets his man at first base. Amos Otis to the plate. 49 to Otis is going to be a strikeout. And a 39 on a K is tipped foul into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. So foul tip, and the catcher Rick Cerrone hangs on to it, shows the ump, and he rings him up. So 3 up, 3 down go the Royals in the first. What we're doing here is we're finding the there's a 1 through 100 number on each of the batters. There is a modification here for each of the pitchers. So they modify strikeouts, walks, home runs, wild pitches, and hit by pitches. And you make those modifications here, and then you read off of those numbers. So first up is Mayberry. It'll be Mayberry, Cerrone, and McKay. John Mayberry, famously a Kansas City Royal. But here he's playing for Toronto, 57. That's a ground out. He's a lefty, left 66 on a ground out. He is going to be fielder's choice again. So it's the same result in 18, so that's to the shortstop. You'll notice I'm going straight down the column and just marking the innings like this. That gives me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around and about at bats, as opposed to the staggered 1 through 9. If you're limited in space, sometimes that's a better way to go. Just got to remember that that's what you're doing. Rick Cerrone to the plate, his first at bat. He played in 136 games, 239 average, 7 homers, 61 RBIs. Here he's going to have a pop-up, so right 0-4 on a pop-up. It's going to be a routine pop fly to shortstop. Let's make sure he makes the catch. 96 to the shortstop. That is Freddie Patek. He is a 65. He's actually going to flub up that pop-up, and we're going to go E6 as he can't catch the pop fly. And that'll bring up McKay. Dave McKay, a 10, is a single to a right-handed batter. He's a switch hitter hitting right-handed. So right 14 on a single is a grounder up the middle. That's a single to center field. The center fielder is Amos Otis. He's a -7 out there. It's Rick Cerrone, though. He doesn't have good speed, I don't think. No, his XP is 37, so he'll be station to station. We got 2 on with 1 out, and that brings up Bobby Brown. And 65 is going to be a ground out to right 93. Slow roller to shortstop. Check the batter XB for safe out at first. So let's make sure he makes the play on the catch. Good catch, good throw. And now we got to see about the speed. Bobby Brown, XB at 50, at 1 to 50, he's safe at first and he beats it out. 82, he is not. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. We said to the shortstop. His only play is to first. That'll be out number 2. And everybody else moves up on the fielder's choice. So runners at second and third. Back to the top of the order with Alfredo Griffin. Griffin in 1979, 287 average, 39 to him is going to be a split over is a -1. So that's going to be a strikeout. And an 83 on a strikeout is batter swings and misses for strike 3. There's a R1 running on the pitch. We don't have anybody on first, so, and there's 2 outs, so no big deal. So batter swings and misses or strike 3. That's the 3rd out of the inning. So Toronto strands 2 more on base. They've stranded 4 over the first 2 innings. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Still tied at 0. Lamangelo goes out to face the middle of the KC order. It's going to be Porter, Lecoq, and Hurdle. Darryl Porter to the plate, left-handed catcher. 157 games played, 291 average, 20 homers, 112 RBIs. That's more than solid. 43 is going to be a strikeout, though, as he swings and misses on a high fastball. It's going to be out number 1. 2 Ks on the day for Lamangelo. Pete Lecoq to the plate. Lecoq is over here. 28 to him will be a walk, I believe. Yes, that is going to be a walk. And a 43 pitcher misses location on a 3-1 pitch. So that's going to be ball 4. Those add just a little bit of narrative flavor to the game. He's an SB minus. Lecoq is, so no threat to steal. Next up will be Clint Hurdle. Hurdle is right here. 94 is a pop-up. So left 27 on a pop-up. Sky high pop out to the shortstop. Let's see if Patek can squeeze this one. 68 he does. So we go P6 on the putout. Runner's going to stay at first base. Brings up Al Cowens to the plate. I'm really wanted to say Dave Cowens, but I know that that's the wrong sport. Although they would have been contemporaries, but not the right sport. 11, that's going to be a single. So right 38 on a single is a sharp grounder past the third baseman into left field. Not going to send Lecoq. He's an extra base rating of 41. So we have 2 on with 2 outs and Frank White to the plate. 42 to Frank White. Is a strikeout. 44 on a strikeout is a changeup. Fools the batter. Swing and miss for strike 3. And that's going to be the third out. So 2 stranded on base for Kansas City, and that is the flavor of the day, stranding runners. Nobody can seem to get the big 2-out hit yet. We'll see how that happens. It'll be Bob Baylor, Rick Bassetti, and then it was Rico Carty. Rico Carty, one of the great baseball names. Bob Baylor. 98 to Bob Baylor is going to be a pop-up. Right 93 on a pop-up is a short pop between second and right field. And the second baseman is not Porter. Second baseman is White. He goes out and he makes the catch. In short right field. Rick Bassetti to the plate. Bassetti with a single in his first at-bat. 14. I think he's going to get another one. He is. Right 33 is going to be a bouncer past the shortstop into left field as he rolls over it, but he gets enough of it to get past the shortstop, Patek. That's going to bring up Rico Carty. He flied out to left in his first at-bat. Carty this time is going to fly out again. This time, right 75. That's going to be a shallow fly to left field. It's a dying quail. And coming in hard on it is the left fielder. That'll be Clint Hurdle. Let's check him. He's a -1, so we need to do a defense check. 75 on a -1 is going to be a hit. So that one, a little pop up to left, dies. And Hurdle can't get there. So the runner scampers to second. We got runners at first and second for Velez. Velez struck out in his first at-bat. A 16 is promising. 16 is going to be a single and a right 82. On a single is a grounder to third base. It's off the glove, and that's ruled an infield single. So everybody goes up 1 base on the infield single. John Mayberry to the plate. Very dangerous. 137 games, 274 average, 21 homers, 74 RBIs. This will be a strikeout, though, as he swings at a slider, tailing away. It's a swing and a miss for a strikeout. So, Splittorff gets him. Left on left matchup, and that's going to be out number 2. Rick Cerrone to the plate, bases loaded, 30 for Cerrone. Rick Cerrone, a 30 is going to be a It's definitely going to be a strikeout. 27. Another slider. That is down and in, we'll call it. And that is another swinging strikeout. So, nice job by Splittorff to get out of that bases loaded jam big time. As he gets out of the third, giving up no runs. They do leave 3 more. They left a ton of runners on base. It's Toronto. And again, they got a 2-out hit. Or they got a hit with the 2 on. It wasn't much. It was off the player's glove, so just an infield single. Freddie Patek, and then back to the top of the order with Brett and McCray. Patek in 1979, 106 games played, 252 average, only 1 homer, 37 ribbies, 11 out of 23 in steals. So trying a lot, but not getting very far. This is going to be a line out to right 13, and that will be a line out to the third baseman. So he hits it hard, but he hits it right too. The third baseman, Baylor. Baylor makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up George Brett to the plate. Brett with a fly out to right, or I guess a foul out to right field in his first at bat. 77 is going to be a ground out to 96. So left 96 on a ground out. Is a slow roller to second base. We're going to check. Let's check that he makes the play first. 5 and a 5, definitely good catch, good throw. And let's see if he gets his man at first base. 6. So Brett is a 61, and that's going to be an infield single for George Brett on a little slow roller to second base. So good catch at second base, and he got rid of it as fast as he could. But McKay couldn't get the speedy George Brett. George Brett, an SB, he's can't steal bases till the 5th. So 75 for Hal McRae. Hal McRae. There you are. 75 will be a ground out. Right 08 is routine to the shortstop. That's going to be tailor-made. Let's see. So we go to our base running on ground outs. We have 1 out with a runner on first. A routine is a double play attempt. And on the double play attempt, we will check the catch and the throw. So same as always. Good catch, good throw. So that means he's going to be out here on a fielder's choice. That's out number 2. And then now we will check the throw across, and we'll check the batter's speed. So the throw across is a 71. That's good. And the speed for Hal McRae is a 56. We have a 38. So he's going to beat out the throw. So what was that? That was going to be routine to the shortstop, I believe. So we'll go 6-4 on the putout, and Hal McRae is at first base. Amos Otis to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 45. He's going to strike out again, looks like. 54. That's going to be a wild swing at a ball in the dirt, as he's getting desperate for a little contact, I guess. And that is out number 3. So in the third, Lamangelo gets through it, giving up no runs. Go to the top of the 4th. It is going to be bottom of the order, McKay, Brown, and then back to the top with Griffin. 74 to McKay. It's here. 74 will be a ground out. Right 84 on a ground out is a comebacker to the pitcher. Let's do an error check. We do those anyway. So 1-3 as he grounds out to the pitcher. He's 1 for 2 now. Brown to the plates. Brown is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first at bat. Bobby Brown is all the way down here. Last man on the sheet. An 83 is a fly out. So right 88 on a fly out is into foul territory. Medium pop fly to right field as he gets behind on it a little bit. And let's make sure we make the catch out there. 2. So foul territory, that's a foul out to 9. That's out number 2 as Cowens comes over and makes the catch in foul territory. Brings up Griffin. Alfredo Griffin is 0 for 2. He struck out his last at bat. 88, he's going to get the bat on the ball. This is a fly ball. Right 50 on a fly is a deep fly out to left field. So let's do an error check on the left fielder. He'll make the catch. That's a 3-0-3 down inning as Griffin gave it a ride, but it was not far enough. He had only 2 homers, 31 RBIs back in 1979. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score in this one. Waiting for the big hit, and maybe it'll come this inning. It's Porter, Lecoq, and Hurdle against Lemangelo. Lemangelo. All right, this could be the big one that they're looking for. Darryl Porter to the plate. Porter with 20 homers in 1979. He's got a 2. A 2 is always a home run. So it doesn't matter what you do. Lemangelo's home run rating is +2, though. So he bumps it all the way up from a 2 to a 4 or 2 to 6. So Darryl Porter gets a hold of one. 86 on a home run to a lefty. That is going to be an opposite field home run. And the fan catches it barehanded. Nice play out in left field by a fan in the bleachers and left. So Darryl Porter with a solo bomb puts KC up with an opposite field home run into left center field. Brings up Pete Lecoq. Lecoq with a walk in his first at bat. 18 is probably going to be a base hit. It is. And a left 24 on a base hit is a line drive to right field. That's going to be a clean single. He's now 1 for 1. He's been on base twice. Clint Hurdle to the plate, who popped out to short his first at bat. Hurdle here, 66 is going to be a ground out. That's left 48. That'll be a 4-6-3 automatic double play. So we'll go 4 to 6 to 3, and he's out. Out number 1, out number 2. So 2 down, nobody on base for Al Cowens. Cowens is 1 for 1. He had a single in his last at bat. A 62 though is going to be a ground out, right 14. That'll be a routine ground out to the shortstop, and that is a good pick, a good throw, and that is the 3rd out. So Lemangelo gives up the solo homer to Darryl Porter as he leaves one out over the plate. Porter knows what to do with it. 20 homers, 112 RBIs in 1979. And he gives KC the lead. Splittorff goes out there with a 1-run lead. To protect, he'll face off against the heart of the order, Baylor, Bassetti, and Carty. Baylor 1 for 2. 25 to Baylor. Is potential walk, so he's a -1 on his walks. Brings him down to a 20 to 26, so 25 is going to be a walk, and that's your run-of-the-mill. Ball 4. Nothing weird or special about it. And Bassetti to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Couple singles. Bassetti with an 85 will be a flyout, as he gets this one in the air to medium depth right field. Let's make sure that catch is made out there. An 80 is going to be a good catch, so fly out to right is out number 1. Now on fly balls, we can use this. Where's our fly ball adjustments? So we have these base running on flyouts. This is part of the ground out flyout charts. You look at the flyout depth, which we already know. This is for the basic game. So we already know that it's a medium depth fly ball. And so these are your XP modifiers. So for a shallow fly ball, you'll take 20 off of their XP rating. But if it's hit into the gap or a deep fly ball or to the warning track, you can actually add to their XP rating, which helps them to advance a base. So no advancement there for Baylor. Baylor is a 38, so he's not going anywhere. Just most people are not going to run when the fly ball is to the right fielder unless it's all the way to the warning track in right center or something. Carty is up. He is 1 for 2. A 50 to Rico Carty. Splittorff is a -5 on his K, so he goes down to a 48. So it's not going to be a strikeout, a 50. that's going to go into the ground out territory. So that's kind of, when you get into the place where these things overlap, that's kind of where you have to start checking those things. 50 is a ground out. So right 73 on a ground out is up the middle to the shortstop. So we need to check the shortstop. Let's see if he gets there first. So it's going to be Freddie Patek, who is a -10, and that gives him a pretty slim chance of making a play. He's a -10 here. He's only a 1 to 25 to make the play. It's a 31, and so that's going to go through for a base hit. So no need to check the error or anything. So that's going to go through for a base knock. And that will push the runner to second base. Runners at first and second. More runners on base. Velez is 1 for 2. Toronto looking for the big hit. They're down by a run, and they've got 2 on with 1 out. 39 to Velez is going to be a strikeout. So an 11 on a strikeout. Batter chases the off-speed pitch outside the zone as he gets a little anxious, and he's going to strike out swinging. 2 Ks on the day for Velez. Last chance here, John Mayberry. It's a pretty good chance. Mayberry, a good hitter. Lefty-lefty matchup, 41. He is going to be another strikeout, 57 on a strikeout. He is a full count, swing and a miss at a fastball as Splittorf challenges him, and he gets him with a fastball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks on the day for Splittorf, not known as a big strikeout pitcher, just 77 in 1979. But he is getting the job done, straining runners all over the place, and he preserves the 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. You can see the game plays smooth. It plays very easily. It's not this is not a game that's going to tax your mind. Kind of old school. It has a little bit of a feel of a couple of older games from the 60s or 70s, and I don't know. I think it makes for a nice and easy replay. Frank White to the plate. Frank White is 0 for 1. A 93 is going to make him 0 for 2. That's a line out to 35. Line out right 35 is a screamer to third base. Let's see. We got to do an error check here. The play is made as the third baseman, who is Bob Baylor. He's made a couple of nice plays. He reaches out and makes a nice little half dive effort to catch that one. Keep it from going into left field. Brings up Freddie Patek. Patek hit one to third base before, and he lined out to third as well in his first at bat. 17 to Freddie Patek, though, is going to be a single, as he's got a right 79 on a single. Hard liner to left field. Let's do an error check. No error on the play. So Patek aboard with a 1-out single. He is not a threat to steal, although he can. His steal rating is 52. That's not great. Because the catcher is Cerrone. Cerrone will add 1, so that only bumps him up to a 53. So you got to be a pretty good stolen base threat. Cerrone, an average catcher. George Brett to the plate. Brett in his first at bat fouled out. His second at bat, he hit a single. His third at bat, a 31, is going to be a walk, and a 22 on a walk. Pitcher walks the batter on 4 straight pitches. He didn't want anything to do with George Brett, and who would? So he's going to take his chances with Hal McRae. McRae 0 for 2. 44 to Hal McRae. That's going to be a strikeout. So 75 on a strikeout. R1 is running on the pitch. The batter swings and misses for strike 3. We have to roll for a stolen base. So we get a double steal here. And we're throwing down to the R1. So we're throwing through to second base. We get a strikeout here. He swings and misses on a strikeout. That's out number 2. And let's see if George Brett makes it in. He's a 67 plus 1, 68. 1 to 68. And he's going to be in there with the stolen base. That's actually going to be a double steal. Call that double steal with Patek and Brett. So runners at second and third with 2 outs. And Amos Otis to the plate. He's only struck out today. 2 Ks in 2 at bats. A 91. He gets wood on it. He's going to line out to right 25, which will be a line out to first base. If there were less than 2 outs, the runner would be doubled off if there was a runner at first base. So no runner at first, and a couple of lineouts in the inning. Hit hard. They do strand 2 in scoring position, and they preserve the slim 1-0 lead. So Toronto down a run. They need to get something going against Splittorf. They actually have had quite a bit going. They just can't get that big 2-out hit. It's going to be Cerrone, McKay, and Brown. Cerrone is 0 for 2. He struck out his last at bat. 71, no strikeout here. He's going to ground out to third base. This is a routine play to third. George Brett with the pick and a throw, and that will be out number 1. Brings up McKay to the plate. McKay is 1 for 2. A 69 to McKay. Where's he at? Here he is. 69 is going to be a ground out. He's batting right-handed, so right 28 on a ground out is routine to the second baseman. As he chops it to second, we get a good catch here. The second baseman is Frank White. He's a 98. We have a 99, so that's a bad throw, and we're going to call that E4. So Frank White gets to it, but airmails the throw. McKay is aboard. Is he a threat to steal? He is not. Bobby Brown, 29. 29 is going to be a strikeout. Bobby Brown, not much of a hitter. 4 games played. This is one of them. A 0 batting average. No homers, no RBIs. He's living up to his potential here in this one. A 29 is going to be a strikeout. Splittorf is a -5, which takes him down to a 31, still a strikeout. And 14 on a K is going to be the batter chases an off-speed pitch outside the zone. So, swing and a miss. As Bobby Brown said, I'm only going to get so many hacks here in 1979. I'm going to take them. Back to the top of the order for Toronto, it'll be Alfredo Griffin. Griffin 0 for 3 in this one. A 99. Typically a hit by pitch. Splittorf does not change that, so that's going to be a hit by pitch. And whenever we have a hit batter, we need to check our injuries chart. We have a 95. 95 major bruise. Let's roll again. A 41. He's removed and out 1 full game. So he's going to have to be removed and replaced in this game. That is a big one because Alfredo Griffin is their leadoff man. So we need a shortstop replacement. We have Luis Gomez. I think that's what we got. Gomez got into 59 games, so we'll say Luis Gomez in the 6th inning. So Griffin is hit by pitch, and Gomez comes in. He is a 298, and he's at the 6. So there is going to be a positional change there. All right, so Gomez is into the game. He is an SB minus, so no threat to steal, but we do have 2 on now. 2 on, 2 outs. Can they get the big hit? That is the question. Bob Baylor, a 30. That's going to be another strikeout. 21. Check swing on a low pitch. The umpire rings him up. So we'll call that a swing and a miss. And once again, Toronto cannot bring home the run. So they get runners on base all day. They've left on a lot of runners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 runners they've left on base in the first 6 innings. And Splittorf dancing between the raindrops here. Mark Lamangelo doing okay. Only giving up 1 run. That's the home run to Darryl Porter. That's the man coming to the plate. Lamangelo +2 on his home runs. He can go 6 innings before we need to think about removing him. Porter is 1 for 2 with that home run, and 82 is going to be a flyout as he goes for it again. Left 42. It's going to come up short, but not too short. Deep fly out to center field. Let's see about the catch. It is caught in center field, so he gives it a ride. Almost comes up with another home run, and comes up just a little bit short. 1 out. Pete Lecoq, 1 for 1, single and a walk. 83 to him is going to be a flyout as he gets this one in the air. 77. It's going to be a shallow fly ball to left field as he hits a little dying quail the other way. We're going to do a range check on the left fielder. The left fielder is Velez. Velez is a 0. So when we do our check here, we have an 81. So an 81 falls here. That's going to fall for a hit for Pete Lecoq as that little dying quail falls in left. Brings out Clint Hurdle. 58 to Clint Hurdle. Hurdle 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play his last time up. 58 is going to be another ground out. Left 98. High chopper to first base. Error check on the first baseman, which we'll do anyway. He's going to make it. He pitches it to the pitcher who's covering, and that's the only play they're going to have. So runner moves up to second on the fielder's choice. That's actually listed here. So high chopper to first. Error check on the first baseman. If he makes the play, it's 3-1. So Al Cowens to the plate, 1 for 2. 42 to Cowens. Where are you, Al? Right on top of you. 42 is a strikeout. 85 will be a curveball. Freezes the batter. Strike 3 looking. So, runner stranded at second base. Kansas City has been able to get that runner in on the solo home run from Darryl Porter, but that's it. Only scoring in this one. Still moving along pretty well. You can tell I'm not really playing at a breakneck pace here. So it's going to be Bassetti, Cardi, and Velez against Splittorf. Splittorf can go 8 innings, so no problem there. The penalty for staying out past your stamina is you no longer have any sort of control as a pitcher. So everything comes off of the batters. So you have no balance, no counterbalance there, especially for good pitchers. For bad pitchers, maybe that's not such a bad idea. Bassetti, an 82. 82 is going to be a fly ball that is out to deep left field. Going back on it is Clint Hurdle, a 90. He's going to make the catch. So that is a good catch in left. So out number 1. As Bassetti gave it a ride, he's 2 for 4 in this one. Rico Cardi, 2 for 3, a couple singles. A 6 is going to be good things, as that is doubles territory. Yeah, that's going to be a double. Right 59 on a double is ball 1 hops the warning track in left field up against the wall, takes a big hop and a big bounce off the wall straight up, and he's going to cruise into second base with a 1-out double. So Rico Cardi, 3 for 4. In 1979, he had a .256 average, 12 homers, 55 RBIs. Velez to the plates. Velez, 99 games, 288 average, 15 homers, 48 RBIs. Pretty salty from the left fielder. And he is 1 for 3 today, 54. He is not going to help his cause. Splittorf is a -5, so that's going to be a ground out. And right 62 on a ground out is a fielder's choice, so the batter is out. So we need to roll. Let's make sure that he makes the catch and the throw. They do. And so that's going to be a 37. That'll be to the second baseman, so we'll go 4-3 on the putout. The runner is going to advance to third base on the fielder's choice. Mayberry to the plate. Can he get the big hit to knock in the run? 79. He is not going to, as he gets this one in the air, left 23. That will be a medium depth fly ball to right field as he pulls it to right field. And the catch is made in right by Al Cowens. So Cowens squeezes it for the out, preserves the 1-run lead, and another runner left on base. So just can't quite get him home. And that's how it works. Splittorf had a decent season. You know, he was a good pitcher for several years there in the 70s and into the 80s. All right, we have Lamangelo. Lamangelo, this will be inning number 7, so he's not going to have any sort of action here, so we're just going to cover him up. And we're looking only off of the batters, so this should make it a little bit easier and faster. 87, Frank White, that's going to be a fly out. Right 72 on a fly out is a lazy or a shallow fly to left field. We need to do a defense check on the left fielder. So let's do that first. A 49 to Velez. Velez is a 0. So a 49, you can see a 49 here, falls between 46 and 60. So that's going to be a catch for a guy who's in the 0 column. And let's make sure that he catches the ball at 0-0-2. He does. So that's going to be a fly out to left as Velez comes in hard, makes a sliding catch on the Frank White dying quail to left. Patek to the plate. He's 1 for 2. 70 for Freddie Patek is going to be a ground out. Right 18 on a ground out is a routine grounder to third base. 81, a good pick and a good throw. And that will be 2 down. Patek is now 1 for 3. 4th time around for Lamangelo. This will be George Brett to the plate. Oh boy. Oh boy. Brett Boone. Brett Boone, George Brett Boone with a double and a 0-0-2 to a lefty. That is a line drive down the right field line. He is going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double. Just missed a home run. And it'll be Hal McRae to the plate. 2 outs, a man in scoring position, and this one is jacked. Hal McRae, who had 10 homers and 74 RBIs, 288 average in 1979, with a right 67. That is a deep blast to center field, and the crowd goes nuts. That is a 2-run jack for Hal McRae. A 2 is an automatic home run for basically everybody, unless the pitcher has a minus on his home runs. Here, the pitcher has no bearing on the game, and so we're going straight off of Hal McRae's card. He's a 2 or a 3 for a homer, so 2% chance. 2% home run rating is what that basically means. Everybody has a 1% chance, I think, in the major leagues, so I give everybody a 1% chance in this game. All right, it is 3-0, and we're going to get a new pitcher. So let me put you on hold, and I'll bring in a new pitcher. All right, the new pitcher is Tom Buskey. Buskey comes in. He can go 3 innings, +1 on his Ks, -1 on his walks. That's good, but he does have a +1 on home runs. 44 games, 6-10 record. 3.43 ERA, 44 Ks, 25 walks. So 44 strikeouts in 44 appearances. That closes the book on Lamangelo 6 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 6 Ks. He did give up 2 home runs, one to Porter, and that one to Hal McRae, who crushes one to center field. Everyone's still abuzz as Amos Otis to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He's about to be 1 for 4. An 11 is a single, and a right 50 on a single is going to be a hard liner to center field. Let's see if there is an error on the play. No error. So after 2 outs, 2 quick outs in the 7th, we have 3 straight hits for Kansas City. Make that 4 straight hits. Darryl Porter with a 19 is going to be another base hit. Left 87 is a line drive to center field. It's going to be a soft liner, I guess. You can use the XB to see if the player advances. Amos Otis, his XB is a 53. And the center fielder is Bassetti. Bassetti is an 8. So that makes him effectively a 45. No, thank you. Pete Lecoq to the plate. Lecoq is 2 for 2. Couple singles and a walk. He's going to strike out here, 84. He is a curveball, freezes the batter, and gets him looking. That'll be out number 3. So that ends the threat. But the Royals do put up 2 more here in the 7th. They lead this one 3-0 over the Toronto Blue Jays. We're going to send Splittorf out there for another inning. Hopefully he can get through it. He's facing the bottom of the order. It's Cerrone, McKay, and Brown. So hopefully he can get through that. But we will see. Rick Cerrone is 0 for 3. And he's about to be 1 for 4. So a 6 is going to be a double. Right 74 is center fielder slips trying to throw the ball in. So he hits this one to center field. I looked this rule up. The center fielder, when he slips making the throw, it's not an error. So he takes the base. It's a single that he takes a base on the slip. And that is not a single and an error. That's going to be a double. So that's kind of a funky rule. 47 to McKay. McKay is 1 for 3. 47 to McKay will be a strikeout, so 77. R1 running on the pitch. We don't have an R1, so that's going to be a strikeout swinging. Bobby Brown getting his hacks in. 77 to Brown is a flyout. That's going to go to Splittorf still pitching, so a right 19 on a flyout. It's going to be a medium depth fly ball to left field. Out in left field is Clint Hurdle, who makes the catch. And Bobby Brown is out number 2. We got a runner at second base. The player in the game is Gomez. Luis Gomez. He came in to play shortstop for Alfredo Griffin, which we've got, let's see, out. 1 full game. So Griffin will not be able to play in the next game. We'll have to substitute for him. He was hit by a pitch here and had to be removed for the game. He had a major bruise, and so he's removed and then has to sit out a full game. So 34 to Gomez. 34 is going to be a strikeout. Let's make sure. Busby is a -1 on his Ks. Yeah, that's no. A +7 on his walks. So that's actually going to be 31 + 7 is 38. And we have a 34. So that's actually going to be a walk to Gomez. So that's why you got to kind of check those things out. Oh, we're not looking at Busby. Sorry. You struck out, buddy. Sorry, that's a strikeout. I was looking at the wrong guy. Busby's not in there. So 1 out. No, that's the 3rd out. Sorry. I'm all over the place here. That's the end of the 8th. Splittorf. Good job, buddy. We go to the Bottom of the 8th inning, we're going to leave Buskey in there. See if we can get away with him pitching the rest of the game. Hurdle to the plate. Hurdle is 0 for 3. 77 is going to make him 0 for 4, I believe. Clint Hurdle, 77, that's a fly ball. Left 21 is going to be a medium fly ball to left field. Out into left field is Velez to get it. Well, not into left field, but in left field. Velez squeezes it for the out. And that's an 0 for 4 day for Clint Hurdle. Al Cowens to the plate. Cowens has 1 hit on the day. At 47 is going to be a strikeout. 14 on a strikeout is a batter chasing the off-speed pitch outside the zone. So that's a swing and a miss. As the pitcher Buskey got him. Buskey 44 Ks and 44 appearances. This is going to be a rare play to Frank White, a 0-0-1. I don't know if you can see that or not, but 0-0-1 is a rare play on everybody's card. Our rare plays are here. So our other roll is a 92. So we look here, 92. Did the pitch hit the bat knob? That is the question. Roll 1d10 for a foul ball, 1 to 6 for a foul ball, 7 to 10 for a hit by pitch. It's a 7, and that is going to be a hit batsman. So Frank White, it was determined after an umpire powwow at the home plate. The first base umpire says he was hit. It wasn't off the bat. Guess they didn't hear the distinctive sound that they needed to. Freddie Patek to the plate. Patek with a 3. 3 is going to be a double unless there's some sort of, Tom Buskey. He turns a 2 into a 2-3 because he has a home run rating of 1. And he's going to give up a crank to Freddie Patek. So this is off of the batter, a 100. Oh, no. Maybe the only way he could get it. That's an inside the park home run. The ball kicks away from the fielder in the corner, and that's going to be an inside the park home run for Freddie Patek, who races around. And that'll score 2 runs as maybe the most exciting play in baseball. So a 2-run inside the park home run for Freddie Patek gives KC the 5-0 lead. Back to the top of the order with George Brett. A 92 to Brett is a line out. Left 20 on a line out is lined at third base. No, lined at first base. Sorry. Play is made at first. Good reaction there. That's the 3rd out of the inning. But Kansas City puts up 2 more in the bottom of the 8th. And we go to the top of the 9th. It is 5-0 KC. We're going to let Splittorff try to go for the complete game. Don't know how many complete games he had, but we'll let him try for it. He's given up no runs so far. He has a shutout going. 19, which I probably just jinxed him. 19 is going to be a single. And right 74 on a single is a chopper off the plate. The third baseman has no throw. He has to put it in his back pocket. That's going to be an infield single. So Bassetti, 2 for 4, 27. That almost hit an 80, but Bassetti a 27. That's into the walk range. Splittorff has no effect on these plays, so that's going to be a walk. 97, batter works the count and draws a walk. So that's 2 on with nobody out. Rico Carty to the plate. Carty 3 for 4. He had a double in his last at bat, a 49. He is going to be a strikeout. And a 91 on a strikeout. Batter tries to check his swing, but the ump calls strike 3. We'll call that a. He does check his swing, but he checks it on a strike. About that. So we get the strikeout looking. Can't pull the trigger. 17 to Velez. could result in their first runs of the game. A 17 is going to be a base hit. That's a right 75. Chopper off the plate. No throw. 2 infield hits. In this one is going to load the bases. 5-0 is our score. We're going to let Splittorf get through this. This is John Mayberry. Mayberry is a 78 here. That's going to be a flyout. Left 75. Left 75. Shallow fly to left field. We have to do an error check or a defense check on the left fielder. That is Clint Hurdle. He's a -1, so a little bit of drama here with the bases loaded. Let's see if Hurdle can get to it. He's in this column here, 1 to 60. He makes the catch. And 83, he will not make the catch. That falls for a hit. And with 1 out, everybody's just going to move up 1 base, as that is a hit. He's going to get a run or an RBI. And 5-4 now the score. Let's see what we have in the bullpen. Hal Roboski, the mad Hungarian. He walks a lot of people. Wow. That's ridiculous. Quisenberry is the obvious choice. So let's put Quisenberry into the game. Quisenberry can go 2 innings. 0-90. So we have innings pitched, hits, runs, earned runs, walks, K, decision. So Splittorf is going to come out here. He goes 8 1/3. Can't finish the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. So far, he's given up no runs, but we'll see if that is where he winds up. Did he have any walks? 1, 2 walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Ks. Ooh. And a hit by pitch. So, all right. So his day is not done. It's going to be Dan Quisenberry into the game. So Quisenberry a -5 on Ks, -4 on walks, +1 on home runs. He's got 2 outs to get here. Rick Cerrone, they're going to play back. So they're going to play double play depth. I think I have something here. So I have double play depth here. So if it's hit to the shortstop or the second base, if it's in the hole, it's an infield single. If it's up the middle, it's a double play. Slow roller, only play is first, and a deflected ball is an infield single. So we have our marching orders there with the base running on ground outs. And we have a 39 that is to Rick Cerrone. A 39 is going to be a strikeout. So 69. Fastball in on the hands. He swings and misses as he can't catch up to the Dan Quisenberry fastball. That's going to be 2 down now. Quisenberry, 13 strikeouts, only 7 walks. Doesn't seem right. 3.15 ERA in 32 innings. So it's not. Everybody's hitting the ball off of him, I guess. McKay, 21. 21 to McKay is going to be a walk. So 23. Pitcher walks the batter on 4 straight pitches. Boy, that is unfortunate. That's going to lead to another run. So this runner comes in on the walk. Everybody moves up. Still bases loaded. And Bobby Brown to the plate. an 18. Will Bobby Brown get a hit? He will not. He's going to strike out. And that is a fastball sinking away. He flails and misses. That is strike 3, and that is how this one is going to end. So Toronto does pick up 2 in the 9th. That's not enough, as they're going to lose this one by a score of 5-2. 5-2-2. So this is runs, hits, errors. And let me total up these finals, and we'll close out this game. All right, and back with the finals here. This is Toronto at KC, April 8th, 1979. Game number 33 in our replay. KC wins by a score of 5-2. Took a while to get to the scoring, but Kansas City with 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. A 2-run homer by Hal McRae in the 7th. A 2-run inside the park homer from Freddie Patek in the McRae was in the 7th, Patek in the 8th, and nothing in the 9th inning, right? They didn't bat. So the losing pitcher is Lamangelo. He goes 6 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. He gets the loss. Buskey comes in for an inning and a third, 3 hits, 2 runs. Both earned, no walks, 2 Ks. Splittorff is going to get the win. Goes 8 1/3. Couldn't complete the shutout or the complete game. He gives up 12 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks and 11 strikeouts over 8 1/3. Quisenberry comes in for 2/3 of an inning. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. We're going to give him the save just because the tying run, he had the bases loaded. So the tying run was on base at the time. I think the tying run just has to be in the on-deck circle when you come in to get a save, technically. So if I believe that's the ruling on that. So that is going to be the end of this game. AIG Baseball is the game. Again, this is sort of the more advanced version. There's a little bit more basic version, but basically, you're looking at, these are all the plays for singles and doubles. So you can see they're broken out into right and left-handed results, and then you just roll your D100, and then you check the results here. Same thing with triples, home runs. I mean, you get a lot of data here. And lineouts, pop-outs, again, left and right splits. Some of these have extra things that you need to do. Let's see, like here, low liner to center field. There's a sliding try by the defender in center field, so you have to do a defense check. But it tells you when you need to do a defense check. Flyouts, groundouts. We've had, you got your fielder's choice. We ran into this a few times. We have automatic double plays. Sometimes it'll tell you, like, this is a 3 unassisted if he makes the play. You have to do an error check. This one, 3-1 on the put out. So it'll direct you as to what you need to do, and it'll tell you these things already. So shallow fly ball, lazy fly ball to shallow center, deep fly ball. It'll give you the depth here. You don't need to do the roll for it because it's already built into the chart. And then you can just put the XP modifiers, especially if you want to try to score a runner from third, move a guy from second to third, etc. Here, this tells you what to do on this high chopper to third base. So you're going to check the batter XB for safer out, which means just roll against the batter XB to see if he beats the throw or not. And then finally we have strikeouts, walks, wild pitches, pass balls, if you should run into a wild pitch or a pass ball. But typically I'm just looking down through here. Anything 55 to 98 is just sort of your run-of-the-mill. Works account for a walk. We do have defensive alignment things, so if you want to play infield in, outfield deep, or shallow, you want to guard the lines, it tells you what should be done in those situations. If you want to affect and make a choice per batter about what you want to do, You can choose pitcher adjustments, so you can choose to be aggressive with a batter or pitch around a batter. You just make these adjustments to the batter's ratings. And if you have a batter and you really need to power up, you want to make sure that you give that batter a chance. This is a moment. You can increase their home runs by 1. If you have a terrible pitcher who is maybe a +1 or +2 or +3 on his home runs, that could really be a huge advantage because it gives you an extra +1 on the power. And you can also choose to go with a contact. If you just need a base hit, you just need to move that runner over. Your home runs are going to go down, but your singles are going to go up, and your strikeouts will go down. So sort of pitching and batting at the individual strategy levels. You see this in like Out of the Park and some other games like that when you play play-by-play. If the conditions are right for you to be able to rob a home run, we have our rob home run chart. Again, we use this to check after the hit by pitch. We have a defensive check here. We have a sack bunt. You can do a squeeze play. We have those here. There's some extra sort of things that you might need to do. And then if you want to do a hit and run, there's lots of different options here for hit and run, things that could happen on the play. These are all the base running for ground outs. So this is the normal defense, and this is infield in. What happens when there's a runner at third with nobody out or 1 out, and it's hit to any fielder. So if it's not a contact play, then the runner holds. If it's a contact play, then you do an extra base check for safe out at home. And then the batter is safe at first. So you assume that throw was made to home, because on a contact play, you're going on contact. So everybody, the infielder's throwing home. You do an XB check on that runner, and is he safe or out? Here's with runners at first and third, second and third, bases loaded, etc. And then again, we have our rare plays here. So you can see just 1 through 100. All of the rare plays are included. And those are going to be your main game charts. Trying to think if there are any others. There are some others to include. I just keep all the teams and stuff here in this folder. If you don't know the teams very well, I did create this little list of teams, and so you can see these are their most common lineups. The player who played the most at each position, I guess, is the best way to say that. How they wound up in their record, and then provided a little bit of you would be able to put in these logos if you wanted to. I just put in those logos for myself, but you get a couple of pages of that. I don't think that's not all the teams. There's a few more here, so you can see here these are the other teams. You can see that very well or not, but Toronto was here. So Danny Ainge is the only other player. I guess he got a lot more playing time as it went along. Same with Howell and Woods, and the rest of the guys are here that played in this game. So you can see how everybody does. And that's just really for your own edification. If you don't know, you don't want to use as-played lineups, but you don't really know the teams very well, you can use those most played players at each position. There's an AI manager. So if you want to only make choices for one team and you want the other team to kind of be auto-managed, you can do that here. So different pitching strategies. So based on the situation, you can roll a D10 to see what that manager does. So these are tendencies. It's not necessarily that they're going to do the same thing every single time. So runner on third and less than 2 outs, do they play the infield in or regular depth? This would be a roll. So you can play that and see how they play it in. Strong batter with an open base, do they intentionally walk or pitch around? Again, you would use your pitch around strategies for that. The same thing here, bottom of the 9th, tie game. Do you pitch around the batter? Are you aggressive with your pitching? And then you would use the appropriate strategy for the pitcher. If the batter is not is a weak batter, are you aggressive with them or do you pitch around? For defensive positioning, batting strategies, same thing. So to use a normal, to use a contact play, are you normal? To use the hit and run chart, just different strategies and things. Stealing, pitching, late game situations, what do you do? So that gives you a little bit of automation there. This is the one pager that's used for the basic game. This helps you to find your players. So you'll find out what the play is off of the player card, and then if it's a ground out, you'll roll a D10 and see who it goes to. It tells you where there are error and defense checks. If you want to do those on every single play, you can do that. If you just want to save the defense checks for here, but do an error play on every play, you can do that as well. And we have our base running on flyouts. For this one, you'll need to, because the flyouts only tell you who it goes to, it doesn't tell you how deep it goes. You'll have to do the 1d10 here and figure out how deep was the ball. Most things are going to be shallow or medium. You can see gap, deep, and warning tracker are smaller percentages there. And then I did create a physics-based version of the game. So I created this physics-based version of the game. So based off of the exit velocity for the pitcher, that creates a certain kind of contact, weak or hard contact. And then another D100 roll determines the launch angle for the player. And yeah, this is 1979, so we're just overlaying. I mean, baseball is what it was back then. There was still launch angle back then, which didn't calculate it. So the outcome is either going to be a pop-up, which is a high launch angle, or a ground ball, which is a low launch angle, and then everything in between, right? And so basically you go to this chart here, you roll a D100. Actually, you roll two D100s. So one is going to get your exit velocity, which is across the top, and one is going to get your launch angle. And so let's say it's a 40 and an 80. You come down the intersection of 40 and 80, and you come up with a shallow fly ball. And then once you get to the fly balls here, you're going to roll again off of the fly ball to see where it goes. So a shallow fly ball, let's say it's a 35, it's into the left center field gap, and that's going to go to the center fielder. So that's how that one works. And you just kind of go down through here. These are pop-ups. These are separated by right and left-handed splits as well. And then it says in the results in italics. So this one is in the hole. That's going to be a defense check for the most realistic results. Roll for an error on every catch and throw. So that's the physics-based, which is different than a more outcomes-based type thing. This is not connected necessarily to player outcomes. You would just simply roll off of this to find out. So it doesn't have anything to do with these cards here. So you would use the cards to go through the game, but you would find out what everybody's doing based off of this sheet here. So that may or may not make it into the final game. I'm actually creating a full game using that sort of thinking and engine. These are, if you've never seen these before, these are the quick play baseball charts. This is how they fold up. I've talked about them before. Basically, they come like this, and if you fold them up, they're the size of a poker card, which I can confirm here. So you can see they fit right into a poker deck, and you could put that right into the deck of cards, and you would have this entire chart with everything you need with a deck of cards, and you could put your entire season in this with this deck of cards and play it out. So that's why quick play baseball is so amazing, because everything, a whole season fits into that. And in fact, if you have all the era ratings and statistics on your computer or on your phone, you literally have like 15 years of baseball in the size of a card deck. So this one's gotten jacked up a little bit, but this is for the post-steroid era. So this is both of these are the same. It's just been replaced. I have others in here. That's going to be the expansion era and the dead ball era. So you could just print those out and cut them and then fold them up. And that's, dead ball baseball there. Which you got to go over to the rare and unusual place to get a home run in the dead ball era. Sacrifices are easier. Squeeze is easier. Everything is kind of easier to get those things. So you could definitely do as many seasons as you have. You can cut those out. So just give everybody a little look at that. I've referenced them before, but I've never actually, I don't think I've shown them like that. But I like to just put them into a little, what do you call it? It's a tuck box with the cards and just take them to the coffee shop or something like that with a notebook and be able to play out a game. And I can look online at the files that I have downloaded to the computer. I can look on my phone or whatever. And as long as you keep those in something like Google Drive or you keep it in a cloud storage solution, you can kind of reference those from anywhere and be able to have all of your players rated. You could do the quick, medium, or full play game. I like to just take it and play the full play game and just flip the cards, and makes a super portable kind of option and a really quick playing option if you wanted to quickly play different games for your season replay. It only takes a few minutes to do the quick version of the game. All right, so in this one, KC goes down. Or actually, KC wins 5-2. Don't know what the record is. Let me find out what the record is. All right, so after losing game one of this opening series in April 1979, KC comes back with 2 wins. They won in extra innings in the 12th inning. In the second game of the series and here in the third game, they win 5-2 in a dominant performance from Splittorf. So we're going to close up shop on this one, and hope you have a good weekend, good rest of your weekend. Stay safe, have a good New Year if I don't get on before New Year's Day. I have a little bit of time off this week, so maybe I'll crank out a few games in the morning. And if you're interested in AIG baseball, you don't have to just sit and wait for it. You can go play this entire 1979 season. I showed you all of the These are all the team sheets. You can see them. I just print them front and back. So it's got all of the different players. And I just keep them all here in the notebook. And whenever I'm ready or in the folder, I just pull them out and take out what I need to play. I put them back in. And I keep everything logged in this notebook. If I was really good, I would keep standings, but I'm not doing that at this point. But maybe if I get after each month, maybe I could apply the standings and see, trying to keep up with everybody's records. All right. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, become one of our next 500 subscribers. So click on subscribe. We're up over 500 at this point. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. You are getting notified when new videos are posted. If you haven't subscribed, then you're not getting notified of new videos. It'll show up wherever your notifications appear, whether it's in the app or through your email or just in your subscriptions section, I guess, on YouTube. And you'll be shown when those videos are there. If I ever go live, you'll be able to see that I'm going live, and you'll receive some sort of heads up or notification that we're going live. I would hope to be able to do something like that more in the future. Time doesn't allow it right now because the time I have is like 5 or 6 in the morning. So I think too many people are. Maybe if you're in Europe, you would be able to check that out. But most people in the U.S. probably wouldn't be able to see those live broadcasts. So don't have as much time at night. My time is typically in the morning. All right. Go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, pick up some seasons. Lots of baseball games there at the website, different types of games. Check them out. Everything that's on the website is something I've probably played here on the channel before. So if you see something on the website and you're like, well, what is that like? Come back to the channel, look it up, see if I've got either a playlist for that or if it's listed under a sport, baseball, basketball, football. I probably have a video for that. So just check those out. And if you have longer form questions, feel free to send me an email at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. You can also use the contact form on the website if you have any issues or questions while you're looking through the website. And I'm happy to help with those. All right. I think that's it from here. Have a good weekend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.